Sawadee Krap and welcome to another episode here for the Funky Pod, Mindful Media and Communication. It's been 2 weeks since the last podcast. Last week I just couldn't record with all the coughing and the sickness and so on. I'm still coughing a little. I think it's a little bit mental because every time I think about do not cough, I cough more, as you can hear/see right now. But I couldn't wait another week and I wanted to talk to you again. And this topic is very current yet not current because we've been talking about generative AI for like a year, almost 2 now. But of course, it's still trendy, buzzing, and so on because developments are happening very fast. OpenAI hires and fires people left and right, allegedly. And so there's just so much to talk about. And well, I'm here to talk about it with you, and I'm here to tell you that you're using it completely wrong. And well, let me educate you. The thing is, when it comes to AI, right? Let's be honest. I mean, it's cool. I talk about it some, and I teach it, right? So I'm all about it. It makes work easier and helps you with certain things. But it's also just it pushes the laziness to the surface, right? So like, for example, I just had like a presentation by students and they showed like 3 examples of or 3 sample paragraphs, and then they asked the audience, other students, hey, guess which sample paragraph was written by AI? And students were like guessing, like, I think the first one, no, I think the second one. And then they turned to me and they're like, Ajahn, what do you think? And I'm like, I can see that all 3 of those paragraphs are written by ChatGPT. And so this copy-paste mentality is being surfaced more and more. And that's what freaks me out a little bit, or like annoys me a little bit. Because every time not just at uni, but every time I scroll through LinkedIn, or if I'm really bored, Facebook maybe, but it's like a deja vu, right? It's almost like every thought leader, influencer out there is copying from the same AI. Well, yeah, it's all ChatGPT. At least use Claude, make it different. So today I'm going to tell you why you are using Gen AI wrong. And I'm saying this because usually, I would be like, hey, good effort for you, good that you try. But consider this the tough love episode telling you that you're using it wrong and hopefully you use it in a better way afterwards, okay? Because I love you. So let's go. And again, this is not an AI hating episode. So don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on AI. AI can do incredible things. But, spoiler alert, if you don't put in the effort to use it well, all you're going to get is mediocre results. And that's what we see right now. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you look, right? I mean, just judge what you've been seeing on social media. All the captions look the same. It's because mediocre has been taken to a completely new level right now. Mediocre is like, oh, well, it's okay. It's not okay. Don't settle for mediocre. Like, why? Why would you? So, that's what leads me to my first talking point of the podcast. Gen AI, generative AI, is a tool. It's not a magic wand that you wave at stuff and then it's like, oh, it's awesome, okay? Because AI is not like a genie in a bottle that's just granting you wishes. If you rub it the right way. What a throwback. You type in like, write an article and boom, like your next promotion is guaranteed. No, it's not. Not even close. And you still get to, I'm going to stick it to it, rub the lamp a little bit more. Sorry, children. You gotta rub the lamp more to get something that's worth reading, right? Can't just copy paste it. And the thing is that AI doesn't read minds. It's only as smart as the input that you give it. And guess what? If you're feeding AI lazy basic prompts, don't be surprised when it spits out something equally uninspired, right? Like, how else should it be? And this leads me to our first theory of the day that you should know already. but it's really very fitting in this case, I think. Stuart Hall is coming back to haunt us. Encoding, decoding theory, well, the basic theory of media and communications, right? As you know, hopefully, encoding is what you as the communicator, in this case, the prompt writer, do when you craft a message, right? The clearer and the more intentional you are with your message, the better, in this case, the AI can help you to encode it. Then AI becomes the tool to execute that message. But if your input, your prompt is vague or basic, the AI generated content ends up encoded in a way that's way too generic. We've seen those posts anywhere, everywhere, right? So then audiences decode or interpret that generic content as uninteresting, boring, lacking depth, and so on, because they've seen the same boring content a million times wherever they go. So I'll give you an example. Example of like lazy encoding in this case would be write a blog post on AI and marketing. Okay? While it gives you like a generic AI is great and gonna help you with marketing, blah blah blah. Versus then a thoughtful encoding prompt, write a blog post that explains how small businesses can use AI in their marketing strategies with a focus on real-world case studies and maybe even actionable tips. So the more specific you are in the input, the more engaging and nuanced the output will be, leading to way better audience reception. And yes, I'm sounding a bit condescending because I've seen those copy-paste articles just so many times. Sorry, not sorry, tough love, just for you. It's like going to like, imagine, okay? Let me paint a picture. Jesse, paint a picture. It's like going to a Michelin star chef with a shopping list that says food. I mean, sure, you get something edible, but it's not going to blow anyone's mind. You want gourmet content? Give gourmet instructions. Okay? Yes. Hashtag gourmet instructions. Share this podcast. Hashtag gourmet instructions. Okay. Also, incredibly important, AI won't save you from boring. Okay? Because, I mean, yeah, we're in this golden age of AIs where, like, every article on, I'm sticking with the topic, the future of AI in business looks exactly the same. Because, hey, why bother standing out when you can just blend into the noise, right? You see frustration building up? And let's be real. If you're relying on AI to write your posts and you're doing, like, zero thinking of yourself, it shows. We see it. Your audience can tell when you spend all of like 5 minutes creating something amazing. Oh. And this leads me to a second theory that we discussed many a times, use and gratification, right? We know that this theory suggests that people consume media to fulfill certain needs, to learn, to be entertained, to socialize, whatever that might be. The problem with this, and yes, today we're not saying it nicely, so let me say it the way it is. The problem with your cookie cutter AI generated content is that it doesn't fulfill any of those needs. It's too generic. Yeah, it's like, I just want to educate. Yeah, but it's too generic to educate. It's too generic to engage with an audience. It's not entertaining enough. It's too bland to spark conversation. Because I've seen those articles too many times. Why would I interact with you now, right? As an example, if your audience is scrolling through LinkedIn, yeah, the hub for AI created content right now. By the way, all the emojis look the same too. Yeah, I know ChatGPT gives you emojis. Great. If you just copy and paste the same emojis, what the hell? So if your audience is scrolling through LinkedIn, looking for inspiration or insight, and all they see is 5 tips for better productivity for the like millionth time, they're just gonna keep scrolling. You wasted their time and you wasted yours too. No one's interacting with you. Stop it. So how do you make AI content better? Well, instead of asking AI for basic tired content, use it to test different approaches. Why not try humor? Huh. Mind blown, right? Dive into a case study that no one's covered yet, not the same basic case studies over and over and over again. Use AI to explore angles you might not have time to think through fully yet. Like, hey AI, I thought about this. I haven't really gone through it completely. Can you give me a few pointers? And then you explore it. Don't just copy paste the next 5 things I learned from whatever. Instead of the future of work, wait, if I see one more of you posting about the future of work, you're the reason why I train Muay Thai every day. Ask AI for something more engaging, like what work could look like in 2028, day in the life of an employer in a fully automated office. Might not be super exciting for you if you're not into the thematic, but at least it's specific. Okay, so be specific. Do some research on what you really want to convey and don't just leave it open to the AI to do whatever it wants. If you be more specific, then you get something with more depth and more curiosity behind it. And your audience is more likely to be intrigued. And that's what you want. You want the audience to be intrigued, to be engaged, to follow up, to connect with you, to listen to what you have to say. So if you don't have to say anything, shut up. Don't spam with random AI content, please. I told you, tough love episode today. Also, if you're using AI and then the results aren't satisfying, don't blame AI. Blame your laziness. Okay? You've seen those posts, like a generic AI article once again, and they're like, AI wrote this for me. It's cool, huh? No. It's not cool that AI wrote this for you. It's not. It's lazy. It's pretty lazy. You didn't write it, and the AI didn't even try to make it interesting. Great. Ooh. Slow clap. What are you proud of? You're typing something into a software like, hey, do this for me, and then you're copy pasting it, and hey, look, it's so cool. AI made this. Oh, God. If you're outsourcing your creativity, which is the last thing that you should outsource, but okay, if you're outsourcing your creativity to AI, at least make sure you're feeding it some creative fuel. At least a little bit. Try to be a little bit creative. I'm almost jumping off my seat. Try to be a little bit creative. Oh, no, let's keep expectations low, okay? After all, why should you do the thinking when I can do it for you, right? Right? Oh, God, am I mad? Here, I must throw another theory in at this point, just to cool myself down a little bit. We talked about this too before. Media framing, okay? Framing theory, as you hopefully know by now, says that how you present or frame information influences how people perceive it. So if you frame your content as another dull post, people will see it as such. Like, hey, this is written by AI. Great. Not reading it. Most AI content lacks any specific framing or angle because users don't bother adding that extra layer of content prompts input. You're lazy. Stop it. Instead of framing an article as 5 ways AI will change marketing, instead of that, make it as and this is not much better, but it's a little bit better, a hidden AI trends marketing agencies hasn't fully utilized yet or something. It's not as awesome, but make it more specific. Be more creative. So add some elements of surprise, intrigue. Something that draws the audience in. Without framing, audiences won't connect with the content emotionally, and it will be forgotten as soon as they scroll past it. So we said it 5 minutes ago. It's a waste of time for them and for you. I know it didn't take you much time, but still you're wasting 10 minutes just copy-pasting a random article that no one's going to look at. And guess what? If you keep posting stuff and no one's interacting with it, that's also bad for the algorithm, because the algorithm will say, hey man, you're posting so many things that no one's looking at. why would I keep showing you to an audience? So don't do it, okay? So if your prompt to the AI lacks personality, so will the content. Yeah, one more time. I said it earlier, I said it one more time, okay? So that you can follow me. The bland prompt would be, write a blog about AI in social media marketing. For those not watching, I was sleeping at the microphone. Frame prompt, write a blog post on how AI is helping. I stick with the similar example as before, how AI is helping small businesses beat big brands in social media marketing using underdog stories and humor and best practices. See how this is like more detailed, more specific? Framing matters, and it's your job to get the AI to frame it the right way. Okay? Oh, God. Okay. I'm almost done yelling at you. Don't you worry. Now I'm going to actually give you some tips. So how to make AI work for you, okay? So drum roll. So this is a weird drum. So here's the big reveal. AI, of course, can be very, very, very useful. Who would have thought, right? You just have to use that thing between your ears to quickly ask ChatGPT, what's it called? If you just let AI run wild without putting in the effort, you'll get something anyone could have written, right? But if you work with, emphasis on with, AI and your brain, that's the thing between your ears, AI can help you make something truly interesting, something that actually gets your audience to stop scrolling and to interact with you. So, how can AI be a creative partner if you give it the right guidance? Okay. One more time, okay? I do it 3 times, just like what I do in class, just to make sure that you understand it. So a bad prompt would be, write an article about remote work. Seen it 1,000, 10,000 times. A better prompt might be, write a compelling article on the benefits and downsides of remote work, using data from at least 3 surveys, and finish with a humorous take on Zoom fatigue, for example. See how I did there? So yeah, if you do this, then AI gives you something much more nuanced, engaging, and specific to what your audience actually wants to hear. And then you're not copy-pasting it, you're still fine-tuning it. Maybe, if you want to go crazy, you would even teach AI your style. You say, hey, AI, look what I've written over the last few years. Here's some sample posts. Can you use the similar tone? Because that's my style. Was the second time I blew your mind in this episode. Oh my God. Yeah. So it's very important to really interact with AI. Okay. Not just like, here, do it and then copy paste it. And this leads me to the last theory here, which is like interactivity. Actually, like a very basic theory, right? So interactivity shows that communication is two-way street. We know that. So when you create content, think about how your audience will react, comment, or engaged. Encoding, decoding. So use AI to generate different versions of a post and test which ones get the best interaction. A/B testing, for example. And AI can generate variations at lightning speed, but you need to think about what's going to connect with the real people. So at the end of the day, AI isn't here to save you from thinking. If you're like hoping to coast on autopilot, you're in for, I think, for a rough ride, okay? The more effort you put into crafting your AI prompts, the better your output will be. Exactly. And maybe, just maybe, if you put in the effort, people will stop rolling their eyes at your posts and stop scrolling. Okay? So, here you go. I'm calmer now, a little bit. I still think AI is amazing. I do think that AI in 2024, heading into 2025, is what the internet was back in the 90s. when the internet first came out. People were saying like, yeah, it's a trend, who needs it, da-da. And look at us now, right? I think AI is a similar invention in this regard. So if you don't learn how to use AI, you will be left behind. So it's important to understand how to utilize AI to your benefits. Okay. If you're just using it to pump out the same boring content as everybody else, congratulations, you are part of the problem. Okay? And if this episode right now annoyed you because I said that, well, to quote Jocko, good. It's time to stop being lazy, okay? And start using AI the right way. So next time, and I leave it at that, but next time you use AI, put some thought into it, okay? Give it something real to work with. And if you do that, you will be amazed at what it can do when you stop phoning it in. For those only listening, I'm staring at the camera right now, like in the look of disappointment, hoping to trigger some response. Yeah, stop phoning it in. If you phone it in without AI, it's annoying. If you phone it in with AI, it's even more annoying because you're just making the phoning in longer, basically, right? Just phone it in with more content. All right. This is the point where I say, hey, like, share, subscribe. I probably annoyed you too much by telling you that you used Gen AI wrong. So if you're really mad at me right now, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that share button to tell everybody why you're mad at me. And let me know how you're using Gen AI. What are you learning so far? Are you using it? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Did you have some best cases? Do you have like a framework of like how to use it? Let me know, shout out, leave some comments, leave some reviews. Or maybe today don't leave reviews when you're mad at me. Generally speaking, reviews are very welcome though. And yeah, now that my cough is gone, I will be back more regularly again. So we talk soon. Until then, stay safe, take care. Don't let AI replace your creativity. Until then, sorry.